Hi guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day as always. You can hear Buster barking in the house because he's mad he's not out here in the garden. I'm out here in the garden. I know I haven't done an update on the garden in a while. The summer garden has come and mostly gone, and right now we are just in our fall garden. I wanted to make this video today to kind of show you what we have going on for the fall garden, talk about what was successful for summer, what wasn't, did that Tums experiment that I do actually work, and did I have any blossom end rot this year, and kind of show you what plants are left. I've been playing a very dangerous game lately with the garden. I have loofahs growing, and I have like 13 really big loofahs right now, and the dangerous game I've been playing is with the weather. So the other day I got in my car in the morning and it was 33 degrees, and as we know 32 is freezing, and if I freeze my loofahs then they're gonna be just mush basically. They're gonna be useless and I won't be able to use them for loofah sponges. And I started these things from seed in March and we are now in November. It's November 4th today. So I wanted to show you around the garden, and then I'm going to do an entirely separate video showing you like my loofah harvest and how the plant has grown and stuff like that. But let's just take a little look around. I also have some work to do today. I have some plants that I do want to protect. We have a couple days where it's going to be 30 degrees. In, let's see, 4 days from now, the overnight lows are going to dip below freezing temps. So I have some like greenhouse situations that I'm going to put over a couple of my plants that I want to be able to protect for those couple of days. After that, the temperatures go back up again and I don't have to worry about them freezing. So I'll probably be able to get probably like another month out of my garden if I can just protect some stuff for a couple of days. Really, it's 2 nights. It's this coming Friday and this coming Saturday night that the temperatures are going to be freezing or below. So let's have a look around. I'm going to kind of show you the things that I'm going to be pulling, and I'm going to be putting some garlic in. But there's a couple things that have just kind of lingered from the summer that I've just left there. But it is their time to go for sure. One more thing before we go, I have serious garden planning, I don't know, the bug has bitten me. I don't want to say it's like envy or anything like that, but the bug has bitten me for the spring, and I just have a whole bunch of ideas. I keep trying to think of how I can make things even bigger and better for next year. I have some seed planting to do, and I went through and organized all my seeds already. So yeah, I'm already thinking about spring 2020 and we're in November 2019. So yeah, let's have a look around. So here is my sad first bed. There's really not much going on in here. I have some herbs up here up front. There is some mint right there, some rosemary right there, and a tiny little bit of sage like right there. And these were just some fun bulbs I had left over from the spring. They make little purple flower clusters that look like little bunches of grapes, and I just put them there. In the middle here I did sow some like lettuces and kales and stuff like that, and they're really tiny so it's hard to see. And then over in the back there I do have a kale plant that's doing quite well, and then I have my okra here. And maybe it's hard to see the okra here from this position, but the okra's maybe about 3 or 4 feet tall. It gave us quite a few okra this year, but I just feel like we want to plant more because it did so well. Oh, it's so hard to see. It did do so well. And then over there is some basil that finally started doing well. We have some tomato plants over here that are just hanging in there, and I've left them there because they just keep producing, you know, tomatoes. Most of my other tomato plants got pulled out, but these ones have continued to produce, so I've just left them. But this is the area I'm going to pull these up today, and then I'm going to plant garlic right there. So there's a lot going on in this second bed here right now. First and foremost, the big plant right here in my garden is actually a Tabasco plant. It's got a ton of Tabasco peppers all over it. Let's see if I can zoom you in so you can kind of check those out. You can kind of see those Tabasco peppers right there. There they are. They're all over the plant. This is one of the plants that I want to try to protect from the frost. There's a ton of Tabasco peppers on there. The plant finally really came into its own. It's actually quite big. It's probably like 5 feet tall. And like I said, it's covered in Tabasco peppers. So I'm going to try and cover that up and protect it from the frost to try to give these Tabasco peppers their best shot at maturity before I pick them. And I'm going to be making pepper jelly with these and the jalapenos that I grew this year. My friend gave me a packet of lemon cucumber seeds, and I planted these many weeks ago, and they're actually, I put in a little like makeshift trellis here for them to climb up. They're doing really well. These are another things I want to protect from the frost, to give them a shot to produce some cucumbers in the next couple weeks. But if they make it, great. If they don't, no problem. And then there is a kale plant right there. That's doing pretty good. Over here are all of my green beans that I have going right now, and they're actually looking really great. They just haven't flowered yet. I don't know if I'm going to get any green beans, but I'm going to protect these from the frost as well. I have a really neat fold-over greenhouse that I got from Aldi, so I'm going to put that greenhouse over these to protect these from the frost and give them a shot of making green beans in the next couple weeks. Over here we have 4. These are Napa cabbage plants. They're doing really well, and I know that they're going to be like lightly frost tolerant, so I'm just going to leave those, but they're starting to look really happy, and these are the best looking cabbage plants I've ever grown. I think we're at the point of the year where there aren't really any pests that are attacking them, so they're just getting a chance to thrive. I do have some Brussels sprout plants right here, and here. They're not doing amazing, but I think they're starting to come in just a little bit more. I don't know if we're going to get any Brussels sprouts from them. They're just not growing fast enough. Here is a sweet potato plant. I actually had one in one of the grow bags, and when I pulled it out, it had tiny little sweet potatoes on it that were like this big, and I thought, why don't I just throw it in the planter bed? There's a spot. We'll see if they actually turn into anything, and if they do, great. This is going to be one of the things that I'm actually going to pull up today just to see what we get from it. It was an experiment. I've never grown sweet potatoes. This was just from a sweet potato from the store that sprouted, an Aldi sweet potato. So we'll see if anything comes from it. I think next year I may try to actually grow sweet potatoes, because this has just grown so well on its own, and it's been so horribly neglected that I think if I actually tried, I could actually get some decent amount of sweet potatoes, and I've been really unsuccessful with actual potatoes, so I'm going to actually try sweet potatoes next year. This is the corner of my third bed, and it's my most full bed right now. These plants right here are broccoli. There are 4 broccoli plants right there. And then there are 4 cauliflower plants right over there. Again, they're starting to do really well because of the cooler weather. So hopefully I get some broccoli and some cauliflower. These were plants that I purchased from a local nursery because I just didn't start fall seeds in enough time in order to have my own from seed. But I bought those 4 right there, and again, they're looking really happy. I haven't really done anything from them. Nature has really been the thing that's watered them, so hopefully I start seeing some heads starting to form soon. Over here are my jalapeno plants, and they're actually doing really well. They're still producing jalapenos, which I have been collecting and actually putting into my freezer because I'm going to be making, again, pepper jelly with it, with these and the Tabasco peppers. So they're still flowering, and they're still producing jalapenos, so this is definitely going to be one of the plants, or one of the areas of plants that I'll be attempting to protect from the frost, because I still want it to keep producing the jalapenos, and I think I can still get several more weeks out of those plants, and definitely some more jalapenos. I have my strawberry planter over here, which has been largely neglected, and as you can see, it has strawberries coming onto it. And like I said, we're in November. This is just produced strawberries like all year long. Here's more. They've been really tiny strawberries. They usually mature to about this size, and a lot of times like the bugs will get them first, but yeah, it's just nice to come out here and see pretty little tiny red strawberries. Like this one didn't. That one dried out, didn't make it. I usually throw the seeds back, and if they happen to reseed and then grow more strawberry plants, I let it do its thing. So these right here might not look like much, but these are my bell pepper plants, and I started these from seed, and they struggled so much this year. The bugs just would not leave them alone no matter what I did, and I'm so proud of these. They're finally getting bell peppers on them, and these are definitely plants that I'm going to be protecting from the frost. Look at this little guy right here. I'm definitely going to be protecting these from the frost. I started these from seed. I mean, there's tiny little bell peppers like all over them. I know I'm not going to get that many bell peppers this season, but it has encouraged me to try to start to grow them from seed earlier, so I can have a better bell pepper harvest for next year. But look how big these are now. And then this one over here is my biggest bell pepper. It's like a full-size bell pepper you would get from the store, right there. And then there's another one right there. So let's go check out that big one. There it is amongst all of the zinnias. Look, it's like the size of my hand. Let me move this leaf out of the way. It's the size of my hand. I have never grown a bell pepper to this size. I definitely want to protect it from the frost. These are actually supposed to be California Wonder orange bell peppers, like they're supposed to turn orange. Yeah, no, golden California Wonder peppers. Sorry, they're supposed to turn yellow. You can eat a bell pepper at any sort of stage. I just keep watching it to see if there's any signs of it looking badly or if it's struggling. If it is, I'll just pick it while it's green. I'll pick all of these while they're green if need be, but I'm just so proud of this bell pepper. I grew all of these plants here from seed, the jalapenos, the bell peppers, and I'm just so thrilled. This is the front left corner of my third garden bed, and this is where my peanut plants are. I'm actually going to be picking these today as well. I'll do a harvest video on them. I did not get that many peanut plants. I actually planted many more peanut plants than what I got. This is probably like 5 or 6 plants. I planted like 50 peanut seeds, you know, raw peanuts, and this is what I got. It's not as many as I'd hoped for. It's a really fun crop. I've peeked at a couple peanuts here and there, but again, because the frost is coming, I don't want to risk losing any, and I keep seeing squirrels coming through here, so we're gonna pull and see what we get this year out of our peanut crop. Also, I started some peas on the trellis here. You can see those lighter green plants sort of starting to grow up the trellis here. Peas are definitely much more like frost tolerant, so once I pull these peanuts, then the peas themselves can just sort of take over and do their own thing. So I did plant some peas there. It's the first time I've ever planted peas. We'll see what we get. Obviously those are not coming up, but I'm not going to protect them from the frost. And here is a trellis. I never got any Kajari melons. I started at them a weird time in the season, but I do have this loofah plant going on here. So this is like where my loofah plant started, just up these stakes, and then I trained them over to the fence. And then part of it grew this way onto the trellis, and I have some big loofahs there. But let me kind of show you how far these loofahs have grown. So here we go. And they got all the way over to that corner of the fence. So from where they started and all the way along this fence is gotta be 35 feet. Honestly, it doesn't look like that much from this angle. Each of these garden beds, 1, 2, 3, so there's 1, 2, 3, they're 8 feet across. So that's 24 feet, and then there's like 4 feet between the beds. Plus, that goes further than where that bed ends. It goes all the way here and then back into the dirt. So these things grow so huge, but it's been really beautiful to see it hanging on the fence. And you can see all these giant loofahs hanging on the fence, which has been just so neat to watch this season. There's also some more hiding over here, so I'm going to film a video where I pick those, and then I'm going to take them inside to dry. I've had 2 that became ripe on the vine that I've already taken off, but these are what's left, and these are the big ones that are really important that I've been working for all year. And these loofahs I started from seed in March 2018. And we're now, like I said, in the first week of November. So this is an 8-month work of love right here. These leaves are just so big and beautiful, and largely the plant has been disease resistant, and I just fertilized it twice. So yeah, next year even bigger and better Luffa to come. It's been probably the least stressful plant in the entire garden this year. All right, there we go. So I am over here in front of the Luffa trellis. I'm gonna film a video cutting my loofahs off. I can't. I'm so excited to cut them off. I'm just so excited for them to really dry out. I come out here and check on them every day or every other day, touch each one of them. Like, is it getting lighter? Is it drying out? And they're still so heavy. It just blows my mind. I would be interested to weigh how much one of these loofah weighs with like all the water still in it, and like measure how long they are. They've just been such a joy in my garden this year. That has been, I think this season, the favorite thing that I have grown has been my loofahs. I've just really enjoyed them. Like I said, I'm so proud of my bell pepper right there. It's just right there. I'm so proud of it. I've never successfully really gotten like beautiful bell peppers, and like almost every year I fail at starting them from seeds, but those ones, they started from seeds, and I just really didn't think they were gonna make it this year, and I love them. None of my tomatoes, none, had any blossom end rot. Actually, none of my plants had any blossom end rot. So I will say that my Tums experiment, I think, was a success. Prior years, every other year, I've had blossom end rot, but this year is the only year that I did not. So I'm really excited by that. I did add a lot of eggshells and stuff to the garden this year. Throughout the winter, I like mulched them in, and then I also saved eggshells and like ground them up, and then in the spring added those like powdered eggshells to each of the beds, and actually in each of the holes that I planted plants. So I definitely think my plants were able to get enough calcium this year, which was amazing. So proud of my fall garden. Hopefully I'll update you guys again. I hope to have some harvests of some Napa cabbage and some broccoli and some oh my goodness, and some cauliflower. There we go. I hope to have some harvest of those to be able to share with you guys. But if you leave me a little note down below and let me know what the most successful thing was in your garden, or if you want to grow loofah next year. I would highly encourage it, as long as you have enough space for it to grow along a fence. It was a great item to have this year. I loved it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today to just kind of look at my fall garden. I'm actually going to do a video where I plant my fall garden, or my fall garlic, and also pull up my sweet potato and my peanuts. So I'm going to have that, and then also a video specifically on my loofah harvest. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!